I'm overqualified to be a clown. So I'm clowning around at Fisherman's Wharf when some joker from a passing car window shouts, "Hey, clown, your mother dresses you funny." Then, cackling, they're gone. A drive-by shouting. If they only knew how right they were. It was true. My saintly mother, Ann Adams, was a pretty skilled seamstress who often over the years fashioned my colorful clown clothing and fancy collars. So yes, my mother did dress me funny, as you can clearly see. But that was never the insult it was intended to be. I was so proud and truly privileged to wear the beautiful outfits she made for me. We've probably all enjoyed playing dress-up from time to time, at least for Halloween. I cannot recall many of my childhood costumes, as I was constantly changing my mind, and so often ended up becoming a hybrid of several different characters. For instance, I'd be torn between cowboy or astronaut, and so would end up being the first space cowboy, years before that song came out, by the way. I loved becoming different characters and noticed on comedy shows folks like Red Skelton, Flip Wilson, Jonathan Winters, and Carol Burnett, often with just a simple prop hat, scarf, or coat, would transform in a flash into a whole different person. From my youth, I'd been on stage in theatrical productions, and so from early on came to appreciate how important makeup and costumes are. One of my favorite TV shows growing up was Mission Impossible, because how they were always assuming different characters in order to advance their goals. Often a nurse's uniform or a security guard outfit would alter people's perceptions and make them more pliable to the Mission Impossible team. I also loved the Wild Wild West show because Ross Martin, as Secret Service agent Artemis Gordon, appeared in nearly every episode in some disguise, changing his voice and appearance physically and costume-wise to become different. Of course, these days the true spirit of Samhain, scaring away bad spirits, and Dia de los Muertos, remembrances of good spirits, have become somewhat diluted by the powerful, ubiquitous candy industry into a celebration of all things sugar. One of the most difficult things about performing at children's birthday parties was their abundant sugar intake and subsequent nuclear reactions and even meltdowns. Still, that's another time children enjoy dressing up and getting the odd face painting, allowing them to assume a new or different personality according to their fantastic minds and wishes. With my trusty, twisty animal balloons, I'd often outfit a child with balloon helmet, sword, and scabbard, watching them instantly trans into a pirate or one of Robin Hood's merry band. Interacting with children at play was always one of the most delightful and rewarding aspects of my times as Poindexter the Clown. Kids tend to have far fewer filters on their emotions, and I love how that translates into the characters they assume and create. After 44 years wearing a motley garb, my greatest legacy may be all the smiles, laughter, and mirth I helped to create with these angelic beings. I'm wearing a bright example of my mother's legacy for all to see today. She had a real eye for color and contrast, and it is always with reverence toward my mother's memory that I'll wear even the simplest clown collar or costume. It was so tremendously validating to have my mom as both head costumer and president of the Poindexter the Clown Appreciation Society. Whatever character or creature, animal, mineral, or vegetable you turn out as this year, I hope you have a fun time. That's what it should be all about, not how much candy you can acquire, yeah, right, but how much fun you can have, scaring people, being scared by people, or simply celebrating our creativity together, and remembering those who've crossed over and possibly occupy a different plane now. Happy Halloween. And next week, we'll be delving a little more deeply into both Samhain and Dia de los Muertos.